What's happening, guys? Welcome back, episode 5 of the walkthrough. So we ended last episode just before we actually had the time to go over the boss remembrance. So that's what we're here at the round table hold for. So now in the DLC, you just gotta get comfortable, jumping back and forth because it's gonna work the same as anytime you defeat a boss. You'll be able to buy their armor if they're humanoid, and you will also be able to turn in their boss remembrance for 2 to 3 things sometimes. So, Remembrance of the Dancing Lion. The first thing you get is Enraged Divine Beast Talisman. So, this talisman is going to boost the potency of storm attacks, such as Storm Blade and Storm Stomp. But you gotta remember, those are like the first Ashes of War you got in the base game. And typically, it's just something you used, if you used it at all, until you got something better, which you undoubtedly did. But if you're someone who just likes those Ashes of War, there you go. And you gotta remember also, boss remembrances are only worth 30,000 runes. At the level you complete the game, the level we are now, it's not really worth 30,000 runes. Might as well just get a unique item, right? 30,000 runes ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, we can go kill like 4 enemies and get that over there. You know what I mean? So I'd advise just getting one of these items. But this right here is what we're going to go with. Divine Beast Frost Stomp. So it's like Hoarfrost Stomp, but this time it's chargeable. Instead of, ice sickles below their feet, they come up and deal ice damage. They're like, 3 to 6 inches tall. It's like 3 to 4 foot tall in this. And like I said, it's chargeable. It's completely badass and awesome. So yeah, now we're just going to, proceed on down the path. So I wasn't sure which route we were just going to go. I was thinking, hey, let's go ahead and do Castle Incest, go get our map, our fragments, and have access to all our forges. And that's still in the menu. However, we're going to go through, the bridge is already cleared, finish clearing this camp, go up, take out a catacomb, and kind of knock out this area. Now this is going to lead us to optional areas in the water here, and down to Shard's Hidden Grave and this Ruling Coast. Now this Ruling Coast, the end part, you can't even do until you break the Great Rune, and there's also the Finger Runes down here. You need to talk to an NPC and start a quest line for it. So it makes the most sense to me is go ahead and knock out all this stuff since it's right here. Get access to our lower parts, get the map down here, and then wait until we actually broke the Great Rune so we could have access to all of it, right? So we'll just clear this, get our Sites of Grace on our map down here. Then we're going to jump up here and get some more upgrades and weapons and a bunch of stuff. Have access, to all of the forges. We'll knock out, we'll go up after we get those Sites of Grace down there. Go up, get the other map here. So we'll have like 70% of the maps, 80% of the maps for the whole world. But this is like a little optional that don't take long. And then we can progress down here that will, break the Great Rune and start a quest. Then we'll go down. And that's all before we really do the main stuff here and move on forward. All of this is optional stuff. And it'll make more sense as we go along. But that's the plan. It's just, go down here, get the Sites of Grace for later, go up here, do what we got to do to actually have access to all this. Like I said, it'll make sense as we go along. But from here, let's start over here at Castle Front. Now, like I said, I did take the time to upgrade my lady to plus 25. And I got 40 faith, 20 intelligence. And that's so I have access to, like I said at the beginning, most of the weapons going through. So this damage, it's not, nothing to write home about, but with the upgrades over here, it's not bad. 805, and we got our Spirit 766. But we're only at plus 5. And these aren't, like super strong weapons. This is more like what we're using for now, but it's still plenty. So rush this guy down, do not give him the chance. He throws a consumable that'll not one-shot you with our upgrades, but it'll two-shot you for sure. If you're not at a plus 5, it'll probably one-shot you. So that's the little side path. Then we go over here and take out the camp and get a craft book to actually craft the consumable he was about to use on us. It's extremely devastating. So we're going to go here, take out these guys. So what I really like about this sword, I didn't see that. What I really like about this sword is you can string together your heavy and light attack. So I can hit a heavy, I can hit heavy and then tie my light attack with it. All of, very fluid movements. And we upgrade this shield to its guard boost is quite impressive at 68. Now I was doing fifth strength with this. This is at plus 9, almost fully upgraded. It's only at 65. So it's going to have more guard boost on a medium shield than one of the best great shields in the game. So that's worth a mention for sure. Now this area is going to be quite challenging to fight this guy in such a small space. You're always like about to die here. It's like, okay, sword dance still kicks ass. So Fire Knight's cookbook, like I said, it's gonna let you craft fire quill. I guess we can craft one real quick. It's just a consumable. I never crafted or used it. Oh, we don't have the Ember of Mesmer. Okay. But I was about to say, I never crafted it or used it myself. But I do know that it's quite devastating because it was done to me, right? So, and it one-shotted me enough times that I know. So as far as this, okay, so this side over here, just straight across, this is where we got the Fire Spark perfume bottle. If you've been tagging along with us, the walkthrough with our bar, we went our first episode to get as many of the new weapon types as we could. So we already got it, but those of you that are just tagging along now, you haven't got it yet, and it's right here in this chest. So that's where you're gonna find, Fire Spark perfume bottle. You guys want to use that? And that medium shield we got from the soldiers is pretty good too. Definitely worth the upgrade. I actually really liked it. It's not as fancy as the other ones, but it's just a smaller size, so it just feels really nice. Okay, so now we got all that stuff. Make sure you're checking your tents as you go along. Now, like I said, we're going to go ahead and get this catacomb out of the way because it's kind of off by itself. Then we're going to go this way. So the catacomb is just over here. There's nothing else there. So we want to go ahead and knock that out, clearing the stuff along the way. Then we're going to go this way, and there's just like, there's a path here. There's a path here. There's a path here which leads to the lake and the underground areas. Then there's a forge over here. There's loose items over here. So it's like all types of stuff just everywhere. Like completely everywhere, guys. So Feral, I would mention that. I'm just going to take these guys out so they take me out. Okay. So now what we want to do is we're going to head that same little path. You can actually see it between the tents here. So that's just out of Grace and where we went. And that guy said had the strong consumable down that little alley. We're just going to take that up here. We're going to loop around under this bridge to enter a building for a talisman. Then we're just going to, progress on up the path, right? So, going to hop on Torrent. Oop, almost missed my turn. Alright, so up here, you're going to see, like, guys up on hills and guys up on a bridge, and it's just a gate trap ready to happen. And, oh, not there yet, about to be. And I would highly, good God, are you done? Oh, you can't kill me, I can't see nothing. But yeah, I'd advise you guys just run past all this stuff. How am I still alive? With this weapon, I get any damage? It's a big downfall from what we were just using. What the fuck? Trying to switch it up and throw different stuff out, Like, I really do like the spear. But the damage on these weapons don't really seem to be hitting it. Especially, Milady. Milady, what makes it so dangerous is its actual moveset, Not so much the damage. I mean, the damage is nice. Okay, we're still good. Oh, what the hell? Definitely get rid of that. Do I need my weight? Fuck yeah, dude, damn it. Okay. So, instead of that, let's switch some stuff to our incantations boosted. Let's just get a raw damage boosted with that talisman we picked up. I can't speak highly enough about it. Crusade Insignia raises attack power after defeating an enemy. So every time you kill an enemy, you get a buff for about a minute straight. And you're constantly killing enemies, so, it's constantly helping you. We could also go for a little more survivability. Like I said, I like 2 utility or survivability ones and 2 damage ones. It's just a nice even split. Trying to switch up, use something new, but it seems to be probably the best thing for the build we have right now. As I did kind of put my stats all over the place. Not bad, I mean, so, what, 30 something fade, 34 in fade, 20 int, 17 arcade, 60 dex, 22 strength. Now the reason why we have 22 strength is just to meet weapon requirements. 20 intelligence lets us use most of the intelligence weapons. 17 arcane is temporary, but at the same time I wanted to keep enough arcane for the spells I like, which actually do go with the pyromancy build, you know, like these. I don't really care for swarm of flies, but blood flame talons and blood boon both are, you know, blood flame and go with the pyromancy build, so I want to keep the arcane for those. But yeah, this build in particular is kind of what you want to go for your first time here, to be honest with you guys. The arcane not so much unless you just want to use those spells, but just to talk about this for a minute, there's a lot of, or most of the best weapons that I found are going to be dex, right? There's some good strength ones, but having 22 strength is going to let you reach the base requirements to use some of these melee weapons that are really strong, but they're dex scaling. So you want high dex, the strength requirement to use those. And then really an even split between int and faith will give you good scaling on the main weapon here. But I found 20 int and 40 faith really awesome, as for one, it gives you, like I said, great scaling over Lana's Twin Blades is the weapon I'm going to suggest for newer players. This is just so freaking powerful. But besides that, it lets you use all types of weapons from glaives like halberds to katanas. And these are like magic damage katanas, magic damage halberds. And you know, a lot, it'll let you use all the Smith's grip weapons. So for the Smith's grip weapons, you need to have 11 int and 11 faith. Like, you have to. That's just what it takes, even though they don't do magic damage and stuff. But yeah, I mean, for your first playthrough, if you're a newer player, having at least 20 int, 40 faith, plus high damage and dex, I would highly recommend. The 22 in strength isn't so much recommended. There's one weapon in particular that I felt really helped me when I was struggling, because it lets you kind of tank through attacks. Kind of like Godslayer Greatsword, but it's a Fire Knight sword, which we get later on, and it's just, guys, it's truly, because the Fire Knights, they feel impossible to fight when we get to them, and that sword is a game changer. So that's just, you know, I want to give you guys a basic rundown of what I'm doing and why. So as we went between these tents, you know, that's the path we're going to progress. But right here, where you see this little ledge, we're going to take this under the bridge and, you know, back around. Reason being is we're going to get a +3 version of the Spell Drake Talisman from the main game, and we are going to, you know, deal with enemies in this castle when we get to it and around the world that deal magic damage. So it's going to give you some magic damage negation. I mean, it'll probably be situational, but having it is going to be better than not having it. I do know that. So as we come down here, no enemies to worry about. There you go, Spell Drake Talisman +3. Now we can just kind of go back out to where we were and head on down for the catacomb. This is the first catacomb of 3 without going through all my notes off the top of my head from memory of taking notes and doing my playthroughs. And they're all kind of oriented around, well, they're like imp statue catacombs, but there's a lot of death involved. 2 of the 3 you have to deal with Death Blight, and all of them at the end you have to fight a Death Knight, which gives you badass faith weapons, to be completely honest. Now, I would not advise fighting all these guys. The reason being is we got guys on the bridge, there's guys on the cliff behind you, they're all spamming fire pots. Every last one is spam, 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 and you're probably going to die like 30 times. So instead, run through, grab the loot, loop around, just grab the stuff and get gone, guys. You know, if you want to deal with it, you can, but I wouldn't advise it. I mean, you'd probably get through it, but yeah, you're probably going to die a lot because you got like 14 dudes just spamming fire pots. What do you do with that, you know, honestly? Now, when we get down here, don't worry about not being able to find the catacomb. It's kind of misty or in the woods. There's only one place to go. It all leads, you know, right to the catacomb. But there is some beastmen over here, and that is worth talking about. So they're like the ones from the Forbidden Lands. Poison, bleed, they have beast claw incantations, and they do destined death. So, you know, be careful. Like I said, this weapon is not like the highest damaging weapon in the game, but it does get good damage. And the moveset, more than anything else, is what makes it so strong, in my opinion. Now, Rolana's weapon is a light greatsword, dual light greatswords. That's what I'm gonna suggest for newer players on this build, as it does the highest damage that I've found of any weapon in the game. Maybe my build isn't really set up great for it. But what's crazy is usually faster weapons get less damage, not more. But yeah, it was hitting for not 2,000 AR, but over 2,000 AR with all of your upgrades. So yeah, fucking phenomenal. I'd save a Somber 10 for it. Really fun to play with too. I pretty much used them my first whole playthrough. Alright, so now it's time to get on into the Bog Rift Catacombs. So these catacombs are extremely important for later game secrets. The sword you get down here, it looks just meaningless and pointless. It's made of stone. It does like literally no damage. First glance, you're like, what the fuck? This is so hidden in the DLC at that? This thing should be badass. But when you read the item description, it pretty much tells you it has to be activated at a certain altar. And you're able to turn it to two different types of swords, the Sword of Light or the Sword of Dark. Sword of Light or the Sword of Darkness, something like that. And it's really, really hidden secret in the game and really badass weapon. Either, you know, whether you go light or dark, both of them are really badass. So this is where you find it. So when you get up to here, guys, if you notice, these imps are different. But you get up to here, run back, go to your first little hut, and if the imp comes for you, just hold your shield. Hoping it gets up killed. Why is it taking so long? Oh, it's waiting on me to activate it. Oh, that's bullshit. Alright, run. Ooh, barely made it. Through another one. And they can actually blow darts. You see that? So they can blow darts out of the great sword they're using. So do keep that in mind, guys. Now, if you got Fireball, I don't know if you guys are, you know, into the pyromancy thing or, you know, incantations, spells, whatever, bow and arrow, whatever you have. So that spell he's using Ricochet. Really don't want to deal with it. I promise you. And we could have waited to take him out until later. We're about to get up on that ledge. But, I mean, if you have range, it just makes it easier. Now, moving forward, as soon as we get in here, there's going to be another type of new imp that shoots these huge cannons. It's got a cannon for a mouth. So, let's see. Now we need to go to the right first. See if we can just run and jump. There we go. And we have to deal with them when we come out. That flag on your left corner, obviously, like you see me do. Take him out. You wish. Here's that powerful ass weapon. Ancient Dragon Knight's Cookbook. So as you see, this is gonna let you get Red Lightning Pot. I'm pretty sure Red Lightning Pot was like the ancient Dragon's Lightning from the main game. I mean, I could be wrong, but it makes sense to me. So now, he's still going to be up there. See if we get... Oh, no. He usually just, like, kind of disappears. I guess he gets back there and you don't see him anymore. But we'll be running back around to get him. So when you get here, trigger this. Don't go down. We'll get to that. You want to go up. Now run to your left fast. We don't want to play with this guy, y'all. Get him down. Like I said, that spell ricochets, and sometimes that thing will go off for like 3 minutes straight. I'm not even kidding. It's fucking crazy, bro. I'm gonna go over here. There's gonna be two soldiers guarding a door. On the inside, it's gonna have that huge great shield knight with another soldier trying to trap you, right? We can do something pretty cool here. So just go ahead and... Oh, never mind. That didn't work. Trying not to get anybody killed. Yeah, they're such a pain in the ass at all times. So instead of going in that room and getting trapped, what you want to do, you know, instead of falling for that trap, just wait, jump on this, and instead, this is going to lead us to be able to get a drop on this guy. It's so creative, I swear, I love this game. And I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I saw that doorway, there's a doorway up top that overlooks him, and I saw it for 3 playthroughs before I actually found this, but, you know, that's it. But now, we can come here, you know, get the drop on these guys, but even better, there's a super good summons over here. It's actually the Great Shield Knight. Black Knight Commander Andreas. So as you see, he's got the huge great hammer and the great shield. So that's badass. Now we just stand here and See if the swarm of flies will finally do us some justice here. Oh, give us a start anyways. Sir. Now for him. Nope, out of mana. Yeah, one's better than two. Remember, that has like a delayed effect on it. And there you go. So now you got the Ghost Glow for 10. Smithing 5. 2 smithing 4s. We got the summons. Looking good. Now I gotta tell you guys, I can't tell you how many times I've went through this catacomb over and over, not this one, but all of them in general, over and over and over to find all the secrets. Like I got most of them, even my first try, but there's still, a couple like that. It took me forever. Especially in like Scorpion River Catacomb. Recently, today taking notes, that's later gameplays. But today, taking notes, I recently found how to get everything in there. It's crazy. I've been through it 4 times. So now, we want to go this way. Just remember, he's going to be shooting shit at you. As soon as he glows, roll. That usually works every time. Because it takes him a minute to fire off. But if you roll right when he starts glowing, you're usually dodge that, We're just getting crafting stuff over here. We're going to go all the way back across. What we want to do is this is where we first initially came down, roll off, then turn around, get right to this room. There you are. Okay. So, yes, there's items under there, and there's another path to take, but you want to take this path. So this will be the east path. You want to take the east path first. This brings you up, and it's really to nothing, to be honest, but some upgrades or crafting stuff. So we'll knock this little optional path out, then we'll take the main path forward. Like I said, I worked on the navigation of this for quite some time. So as you see, and none of these walls, you think there's more here. As you see, nothing. I mean, nothing anywhere. Watch someone being a smart ass. You're a fucking idiot. Oh my god. So that just leads you back over to where the little guy was shooting fireballs when I first came in through that door straight ahead. So we're good here. Now make sure you guys take this ladder. It looks like the fall's safe just to drop. And I actually died to that, so. Now we can go. Take the main path forward, same thing, trigger the trap, get out of the way. Run, 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 run. Grab your stuff. Run, 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 run. So I'm going to take this down to another area. There's still a little bit left before the boss, a few side paths. Catacombs somehow got even more elaborate, which is awesome. Once you learn them at first, really quick, this place. There's nothing under here. I want to show that off because, I mean, you guys remember from the main game, like, there's shit everywhere in these places usually. There's gonna be like 4 of these guys, and now the M's, but they'll be breathing fire and all types of stuff. So this one actually can breathe fire out of the little weapon he has. So watch out. Yeah, there he goes. Shit, 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 shit. See if we can get something stagger him a bit. No stagger, but better damage. And also, just to show you, we got nothing going on. And there's a lot of, hidden paths and stuff, but not the typical ones that you would find, you know what I mean? So, wait for him to do his thing. Fucker, I'm trying to get him first. Oh, what? remember you trapping in the damn wall. Oh, he was still alive? No. That was the same one? I thought he was dead and he wasn't. Okay, that's fine. Oh, we're out of mana. See if we get a little help here. You know what I mean? Give our Talisman a little boost. Okay, so just like before, I'm gonna go to the bricks. And you're gonna run. Now we're gonna do this to the next little nook over here, guys. Oh, kill him first. I like to drop it down. It was the first one we come in, the guy didn't drop down. So wait for that. When you go to this next little hut or little area, you're gonna fall down. And don't worry, because my first thought was this happened to me, like, oh great. Now I have to try to navigate a whole lower part, then figure out what was up left, up top, da. But really it's pretty short, you know what I mean? Really easy to follow, and it brings you pretty close to where we already were. Now these guys are only really weak to fire, if you guys remember. I mean, if you need to kill them, you know, just get them out of your way or whatnot. And they do drop smithing stones. I said that during the base game too, but every time I killed one, like I took the time to do it, all they dropped was the broken glass that, you know, is utterly useless. But yeah. Is this the room? No. Okay, so that's your way up. We don't want that yet. There's that. I don't want these guys involved in what we gotta do in case they try to trap us in this room. So we're about to go in this room. There's two mages, and it's also a pretty cool incantation. So they both do the spell that like ricochets everywhere, and if you get caught between both of them, they're just gonna kill you guys. You know what I mean? Really quick, like. So if we could take this guy, see if we could hide him out. Because I actually got killed here. I got in between both of their spells ricocheted, and it just killed me. Like 2 seconds. What? Come on. Yeah, it does that. So that one's got more range at least. I'm just kind of, you know, playing it safe here, but fucking incantations, bro. They're just mid-range only. You know? It's probably my favorite incantation in the game. There's such heavy hitting ones. That and that was a Burno Flame or whatever it was. Yeah, Burno Flame and Blood Flame Talons really just speak to me. I've done 1,000 face kills, 1,000, and I've hardly ever used incantations. It's more about just getting face killing on like Blasphemous Blade or one of the base melee weapons. So all the 1,000 hours I have in the game, incantations are still kind of new to me. Throughout the walkthrough we used them a lot more, but we didn't even start really using them until like 60-70% of the game, because let's be honest, you just don't get them like good ones for a long time, you know. But that picked up Electro Charge. Now I really wanted to like this, I just didn't really understand it, and I still don't really. So it calls down lightning to charge body with electricity. One of the incantations of the capital's ancient dragon cult calls down lightning to charge the caster's body. While charged, electric shocks will strike the area several times. Charging increases potency. The origin of incantations that bolster the body with lightning, and now a lost art in the lands between. Now I tried this, and it did, you know, like it covers you in lightning and little, tiny little friction bolts, I guess you can call them, you know, tiny little lightning bolts. Like it just kind of like sparks off you and damages the enemy. But you know, you're looking at enemies here, guys, with thousands of HP, and I swear it's doing like 48 damage. You know, it's just, I don't know. I found it extremely lackluster. I mean, extremely lackluster. Not like usual, like when a spell's not hitting the best. No, I mean it's so weak. It's like I don't even know what to compare the damage with. Like I don't know, if you jumped on somebody, like that was the damage I was getting. You know. But there might be some applications, maybe standing in water, you know what I mean? Because that does do stuff in this game with electricity, so. But yeah. So now we're going to do the same thing as before. think we can get down to the second little nook, but remember, don't drop down this time. We've already cleared that, right? Yeah, it's close. We could definitely make it. Oh, you bitch. God, bro. Oh, I hate you, motherfuckers. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Like, we're out of heals. We don't have time to play right now. There's gotta be something I can hit this asshole with. Thank you. Good lord. So annoying, and we're completely out of heals. There we go. Alright. Shadow Realm Rune. Now, so that path down there to the left, that's your boss. What you want to do, you're gonna see it. You're seeing it now. So, wait for it to come back down. Roll. Turn around. We can go over here and grab a new Asher 4 Blink Bolt. So it's kind of like Bloodhound Step, but like with lightning. I don't know the purpose of that, but don't take that back down. You'd be missing on something big. Big, big, big secret in the game. So, you're going to roll down. Run all the way across. Now, this is the last path I found. If you guys found any other paths in here, because there's so many, please comment below and let me know so we can help everybody out. I'll make sure to mention it in a later episode. But this all, I thought everything. I'm pretty sure I have, but just in case, The Stone Sheathed Sword. Stone Sheathed Sword. Very hidden, and it's in DLC after late game. So you're really thinking this is going to be something phenomenal. And then you go here and you look. Stone Sheathed Sword. 89 plus your physical scaling from strength. It's a little short sword. Nothing special about it at all. And you're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But when you read about it, a sword that none can pull from its scabbard of cracked stone, a relic of a lost civilization from a time long past, said to have served a ritual purpose at altars of light and darkness. Now, that always grabbed my attention when I read it because I just couldn't believe it was like a worthless piece of shit. So, my first playthrough, I actually found this. Not now, when I found the secret and turned it into a weapon, it was very late game by the time I found it. Um, but I knew something was going on with it. That's what I tell you guys. Just read item descriptions. When something stands out like that, you know there's something more to this. There's going to be 2 imps, and it's so easy to get killed here. I hope we don't. Try not to play around with them. Where you at? Yeah, I got lucky this run, but I have died here a few times. And now that we're out of heals, it's definitely a concern. So now you're just going to go, drop down, get your loot that I ran right past because I didn't want to get the trap. And it's garbage, but still, it's there. Pick it up. Fuck it. Wait on this. Oh, I was trying to trigger it. I guess we're close enough to trigger if you're in that little nook there. Okay. Broken Rune. Now it's time to go fight the boss. I'm definitely going to die too because I have no heals. I wonder if I should just run in and let him kill me. So, if he kills me by the front door, I can get my runes right there. That'd be nice. And that's what I'm going to do. So this is Death Knight. He's going to have twin axes that do lightning damage. The biggest thing to watch out for is a grab attack because he's got a lot of health and it's a really tough fight, your first fight with him, right? So the grab attack's pretty much it could one-shot you if you're not at full health, but more importantly, he takes your health and puts it back onto his. So after you take forever, wearing his ass down, he fills right back up. And the first time, that feeling is just like, what the fuck? After everything I've been through this fight, you know what I mean? So dodge the grab. It's a late dodge, but it's not too hard once you've seen it a few times. Just, he fights really fast, but at the same time, just slow down and really pay attention to what's going on here. So what I like to do is use Deflect Hard Cheer. Works fabulous. His combo chains are pretty lengthy sometimes. Like I said, the DLC is an issue to me with enemies just having way too much fucking stamina at times, So do watch out for that. I want to say his combo is like 5 hits. I could be wrong. He also has attack where he'll kind of spin and charge at you with both axes imbued with lightning, and he can throw lightning bolts. These lightning bolts are like 7 in 1. There's one main one, then like there's like 5 surrounding that, and it'll one shot you. So if you want to dodge that, but let's just go on in. There it goes. Oh, and I'm gonna let him kill me first. So hold on. See, that's part of his combo. He's coming with it. And we do have a Stake America, you know, so I'm not really worried about it. Alright, now we're gonna go give it a true attempt for you guys. Show you guys how it's done. No, but seriously, just feeling it out and using deflect hard tier, because you gotta remember, not only is it saving you on stamina with perfect deflect, it's also gonna give your guard counter more damage. There we go, after 2. He murders my health bar, don't get me wrong. That's the best way I found the fight. That was a perfect one there. So yeah, you know, like I said, using that method, it works out pretty well. I mean, if you're, you know, decent with that, select card here. Oh, he's going for the damn grab and stopped him. So it's like a wave of lightning. If you're lucky, you can, like, dodge through it. Quite complicated to do, though. That's a lightning bolt, and you see it's surrounded by other ones. This is the best strategy I have for it. I feel like it works okay though. God, he's tough. Fun fight though when you get comfortable with it. You know what I mean? Play it like this. It is a lot of fun. Oh, you see that one shot? Not one shot, but if you land both, you're definitely done. Ooh, this upgrade has helped. That's the spinning attack I'm talking about. Dodge that. That's the big one we're worried about. Oh, I definitely fixed that. Bye-bye. Yeah, that's your first death knife, you know? He stays on your ass. I wasn't playing about that. I mean, he feels quite challenging the first time, and then once you see what I really like about the DLC, it gives you back that feeling of having to actually learn bosses' moves again. You can't just go in, trying to be OP, and do cheesy ass tactics. If you go in the DLC trying to do like Comet Azure with the infinite FP tier and Terra Magica, you're just gonna get murdered. And I love that about the DLC. It makes people actually play the damn game again. I don't like all the shortcuts and the cheapness of people's builds sometimes, you know. And that's the reason why they made it so tough, is because people doing that shit. You see what you did, y'all? Well, that gets you the Death Knight Twin Axes and the Crimson Amber Medallion +3. Now, I usually don't like these talismans, but this one actually gives you like a decent boost to your health. You know, it's hard to see, but, you know, look at the full health bar. That's insane, you know what I mean? It's just really nice. Obviously, if we take that off, you'll see what it actually is. What do we have there? We had the heal on kill, I think, right? Yeah, it's like 5 levels, you know what I mean? Which is crazy, because the first ones are like 1 level, so not really worth your time. Now, the axes are dope, guys. They really are. I really like them a lot. Not enough to use them all the time or stick with them, but, you know, nice one-handed axe. Like I said in the DLC, remember, two-handing weapons Usually we'll give you 2. And I think I just don't really care for the 2-hand attacks of wielding dual axes, you know. I mean, it's cool, it's flashy, but like when you actually use it, it might be viable, it just doesn't feel viable to me. However, just using it like this and still getting 3 out of 4, it gives you blink bolt, but if you double that up, R2, sorry. So L2, then R2. That didn't used to track so well when the DLC was new, but I guess they've like did some maintenance, and now it stays on the enemy, and it hitting like a basic enemy on the road with it one time, they're dead. You know, there's not much they can do about that shit. Now it does look like the map's right here, and I swear I kept looking and looking and looking, thinking I missed some path leading out of here, but no, it's just not there. It's the upper portion, which we'll get to before too long. But now we have all this wrapped up. Keep in mind this is uphill later on, and that's uphill later on, but everything in here, including the camp, is now done, and we can jump on over to Castle Front side of Greece. Now, if you guys want to play along with these weapons, they're cool. You know, there's been a lot of builds made from them, and if you like the Death Knight armor, we'll eventually get that. I mean, mid-game, but we'll get it. So 101 plus your scaling for physical, 65 plus your scaling for lightning, which is going to come off your faith scaling. So I think it ends up being more strength faith on this one, guys, to be honest. Although, yeah, it gives more strength than dex. That's how it usually goes. I mean, the highest requirement is actually the faith, but yeah, I mean, pretty cool. I never did like lightning style play with anything though, but I almost wanted to upgrade it to show it off, but I'm only able to. Oh no, that's somber. Yeah, I mean, it's worth upgrading that. Show it off, because somber, I mean, that's easy. You don't have to buy a shit ton of them. See if I can grab a level and upgrade this. I don't know though. We'll have to see. See what a level is. Yeah, I'm gonna work that faith up. So as far as the rest of the playthrough, any points I have, I mean, I'm 55, 25, 25. That's pretty good. Any points I get is bring this to 70 and bring that to 50. 40. So it's, only 15 points. If we get any after that, it's probably just going to go to endurance. Just let everyone know what I'm doing. More scaling, and more importantly, higher faith to reach faith requirements. So, we've already cleared all this out. We have 24,000. Should be enough to go upgrade these bad boys. I'm never going to use them, but just to show you guys their potential. I can't really show you the potential of a weapon when we're in, late game area. And they're not upgraded, it's not going to really speak for them much. They're not going to be getting any damage in,
Yeah.
I don't think I have enough stone. So 1-1, 1-3. Looks like we have been getting some drops in the DLC of Sombers, so no 8s. And we have 2 9s, so no 1s. And no 3s. Fortunately, I think we could afford a 8. No, it's 20,000. Only 2,000 short. I don't think we have the runes for that. But he does buy stuff, so we can probably just go sell a bunch of consumables and stuff like that. Need to make sure maybe I go farm in between episodes, buy more sombers, or at least next time I come here have more runes, Yeah, like this shit ain't never used. It ain't worth much, but when you have enough of this shit, it does add up. Save our new stuff. And rot's always good. Alright, 25,000. That'll give us 5,000 left over after our stone, which should cover our upgrades. So, I'll try to play around with these for a little bit, guys, just to show them off. I want to really showcase the DLC weapons for everybody. That's kind of why my stats are the way they are. To be completely honest, and it's nice because there's some really cool, unique stuff here. You'll notice the scaling isn't the best on these weapons. I'm wondering if it's because they just have better base damage or something. Because the scaling, some of them only go like the best. Some of the strongest weapons in the DLC only go up to C scaling, but yet they do more damage than weapons over here with A and B scaling. It's wild. I don't know why that is, but it is. 9. You're not getting one of my 10s, buddy. Not happening. Okay. So now we'll go over to Castle Front, progress on, take out a little camp. Now, guys, we're obviously not going to have the time to, do everything in here. There's a lot. There's like over here, we have the forge, which doesn't take so long. But we also have, a crossbow to get over here. And then you have to work your way past a bunch of grave birds to a tower over here. And we can go talk to Tholier, which is real quick. But this leads out to NPC invasion, then a cave, and then that leads to a whole new area, and you have to kill a dragon before you can even get to the area. You know what I mean? There's just too much stuff. But we are going to just start from the far left, work that path, then work this path, then jump over this path to hit the forge. Then we'll go take this one last because that leads out to our new area, so it makes the most sense, right? Now, there's a little camp we can hit over here, which also will lead you down to that new area. I mean, on the map, just to see it, like, if you look really close, right by the castle walls, this kind of goes down. So you can take this cliff down, and that'll lead you under into this water, which dead ends there, but down takes you to Cerulean Coast. Or you can go this way, and it kind of loops back around to the same area where you take the same cave to go through. So, like I said, it kind of all, like, links around together. But we're just going to be progressing the main path, clearing out a camp for now. And then go in and talk to a new NPC, start their quest, and they'll also lead to some items you can buy for arcane builds, an upgrade for our character. There's a really cool spear we get over here. You guys all know I'm not the biggest fan of spears. This one's badass. Really cool moveset. Yeah, this is why I said I might need to get more stamina. I do reach the requirements for all my spells still. Okay. I took a couple points out of faith so I can get to that 22 strength mark so we could use certain weapons later on. So I want to make sure I'm still reaching my spell requirements. Yeah, I mean, the damage isn't bad. You guys see what I'm saying? How I use my shield. Just like whenever I know I'm about to get hit, bring up the last second. It keeps your stamina better. I mean, it's risky. That's how you carry most games anyways. Should be too hard to get used to. I mean, you don't have to do that. It just seems to work out really well. Your stamina gets broke so easy if you're not careful. Alright, dickhead. I'm the one to use this anyway. Oh, I missed. So like I said, the tracking has gotten much better on that. I like this too. You take your time, you're like, looks like a scene from a movie. You got a soldier just looking over this cliff, and frame rate's good, the graphics are really good, just looks really cool. To me, it's a little stuff like that, you know. Alright, I wasn't too crazy with it, I know. We got his armor. Oh, don't tell me I fucked myself, being a smart ass. See, that's exactly what I get, guys. My bad, y'all. I expected it to, like, kind of lock on him and, keep us from falling. And, yeah, just being a dumbass, get you caught. What's the damage on this slot 1? 726. Probably because it's a quicker weapon that's meant to be two-handed. And you got two weapons coming out pretty quick, doing 726. Oh, you bitch. So yeah, the Action Wars are obviously good. These guys just pump out so much damage too, guys. Old basic bitch here just pumps up too much damn damage. Alright, let's go get our Swift Spear. So yeah, like I said, I'm not biggest fan of spears, but these spears are good. They're so badass. Okay, y'all. Super onesie, I'll take it. Same thing, we're just going around clearing the camp, but this spear here, this thing's worth talking about. The moveset is volatile. It doesn't have any white or sweet like I like, but it does make up for it in the movesets. Because I'm, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of poke attacks, thrust attacks, but it's pretty good. Oh, I guess the, just like the blink bolt does do damage, just kind of bump it into people. Obviously not much. So it is more than just a dodge. This time I'm not going to be a smart ass. 5. That shit does add up, y'all. It's great. Alright, so the camp is done. Now we'll have to go back over this way eventually, you know, to get to their paths. But for now, let's go talk to Tholier. Or however you say his name. I actually thought the dude was a girl for a long time. He's kind of a sissy boy. He really is, y'all. You'll see when we get deeper into his quest. But he's soft-spoken, real negative on himself, you know. But he's sitting in front of a fragment that's about to put us up to like +6, I think. Or +5, is it? Something like that. No, we should be at +6, because we got up to +5, I believe, already. No, we never did, so we'll be at 5. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and grab our upgrade, but before we forget, you need to interact with Nicholas Cross. I abandoned here a part of the flesh of my body, and so all the first ones we see say that. They eventually start saying other things. Let's go ahead and get up to +5 now. It's 25% the way there. I do believe that was all of our fragments. Okay, so we'll talk to him.
Oh, hello there. Are you the Tarnished? Lady Leda spoke, are you? Another Tarnished. My name is Tyrion. I too am Tarnished, and here on kindly Mikkela's account. So, well, here's to new beginnings, I suppose. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not much good at anything is all. I'm as weak as a kitten and thick as 2 planks. I've always been this way, since the very day I was born.
Good God, bro.
I'm afraid the only thing I'm proficient in is poison. Sorry.
Okay, so you got a lot of craftable poison and consumable poison items here, but also the deadly poison perfume bottle. It's deadly poison. Now, since poison isn't an element under attack power, you actually get physical on this one. Dex Arcane, 18 Arcane, 13 Dex, but it does deadly poison, so them just sitting in it takes, you know, they're going to take damage, and then when the bar fills up, they're obviously going to take damage too. 39 poison buildup for your passive. However, more arcane, just like blood loss weapons, the more arcane, you know, as long as it gets arcane scaling, the more blood loss. So this has arcane scaling, so more arcane, more poison, which you guys already know. So, you know, sleep stuff, the craft sleep stuff, which, you know, does scale with arcane, even though the St. Trina's torch scales with faith and the St. Trina's sword scales with intelligence. Sleep actually does scale up arcane from my understanding, and just like consumable stuff. So
Just give me the word if you need any more poison.
so his quest actually ties in with Moore's, and I don't know if we're up to that point yet, but let's go check. So now we got this side of Grace. Let's go talk to Moore now we have met Tolier. Then we go check in with Ansbach, since we found another Mikkela's Cross.
Welcome.
Talk to Moore.
I know. Give this to Tolier. He asked me to find it. I finally found it.
Moore. Does black syrup. Quest item.
Many things we
found. Okay.
Goodbye.
And this quest we'll get into. It's actually quite detailed and has 2 choices. It's a quest involving the dragon area with the dragon NPC over there. You know, we'll go over your options when that time comes. But for now, we're going to go ahead and bring this to Tolier to turn it into Tolier's concoction, so we at least have this quest item.
Righteous tarnished. What brings you?
Speak of the cross and the
Well,
tower.
I'm much obliged. As suspected, kindly Mikola has visited the lands which hold the tower, and appears intent on wholly dispossessing himself of his flesh. He must be seeking entrance to the Tower of Shadow.
So,
Righteous time.
he doesn't really elaborate on the, the shadow tower or anything like that. But after resting, I do want to see if he wants to talk about the other
Righteous.
Mikola's cross, and he doesn't, so we're all caught up there. And this is why I say you don't want to explore too far this way. We need the Great Rune to break, but not until we have pushed along all the NPC quests. Like, if you were to go up too far right now and break the Great Rune before you did the Monk's Missive, or did Tolia's Concoction, I mean, you'd lose all this stuff, guys, and it's really important to your quest, you know what I mean? So we will break the Great Rune to give us access to the underground region and the Cerulean coast, and to talk to the NPC over here to do the Fingers Ruin, but we're not there yet. Until then, we do need to play it safe, okay? So let's jump back to Pillar Path Cross. We're about to wrap up here. However, we already got the black syrup. Might as well put it in the same episode. We only have like 4 minutes left on recording, but we'll be fine.
So, what can I help you with?
Give black syrup.
Oh? What's this? I have to say, Sir Moore has an awfully sharp eye, doesn't he? It's wonderful. This ebony, as lustrous as the night sky unending. I don't think I could ever thank him enough, but I'll have to think of something.
Ask about black syrup.
Forgive me. You two deserve your share of the reward. I'll mix up something special. If you find yourself weary of the weight of this life, then just give me the word. Sleep is a balm.
Eternal sleep is an
Eternal
elixir.
sleep is an elixir.
So, I'm weary of life.
Is that so? Then take this. This concoction can coax even the oldest of dragons to sleep.
So that's the line you
For
want to
you.
pay attention to.
It will grant the sweetest slumber for all eternity.
That's kind of how you figure out this stuff. So he kind of tells you what to do with it. It can coax even the oldest dragons to sleep. Then you meet a really old dragon NPC. So obviously, let's put her to sleep. You know what I mean? So it's all right there under your nose. Not saying, I found it right away, but I remembered that one line. And, I will say when I got to St. Trina's quest, I thought maybe I needed to use it there on myself. But I was like, no, because she said that one thing. Or he said the one thing. So it's just, about finding this stuff, guys. It's just about really choosing your choices wisely and trying to really read all your item descriptions and go over dialogue. What sucks is you don't get these dialogue options again, so you really got to try to remember what they say, unfortunately. But yeah, that's just kind of how you find it. Not say it's not a pain in the ass. Not say it didn't take me 60 hours to find all this stuff, but here we are. So we are going to wrap up here. Next episode, moving forward. So we did this path. So, as far as progression, like I said, the whole first area is done. We already did all the side stuff. We did this little side path, so we need to do the main road here to the tower. That'll be next episode. Then we're going to go hit our first forge, get our first smith script weapon, and a really, really badass colossal strength faith weapon that does fire damage. And then we're going to take this and go to the Dragon's Pit, which is going to lead us to Charlotte's Hidden Grave, so we can run up and get that side of Grace. If we have any time left after that, guys, we're just going to kind of start proceeding through here to do the lake, and at least go down to get the sites of Grace in the map in the Cerulean coast. But we're just going to have to see how we are in time. Either way, y'all stay tuned, and we will be back here shortly with more walkthrough.